What did we watch?
We watched Schlock. That's what we watched.
We watched Schlop.
Welcome to Tairimo Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me in second chair is the boy who would take an entire island of dinosaurs down with him. It's Jeremy.
Going down fighting, goddammit.
You get them bastards, Jeremy.
Hey, I played a lot of Turok as a kid, so.
With me in third chair is no one again, because Ryan's still out sick.
Alright, Ryan, you're out of PTO and sick leave now.
He's hoping to be back next week. All right, well, since Ryan isn't here and we still can't do Ghostbusters 2016 without him to share in the misery, we're doing another B-list movie. This time, it's kind of a newer one called Jurassic Triangle. Not to be confused with Jurassic Park or The Lost World, although the movie poster would have you believe it's both.
Yes, indeed. Very misleading.
So, Jeremy, starting off, is this an art film?
No. You know what? Cody, I don't even know if we can classify this one as B-list. Is there a C-list?
I think C-list is still a little too high.
Okay. We're going to put this as D-list. Still falls under the B-list, boys.
Yeah, folks, this is a bad one. Yeah, killer clowns in outer space, we can enjoy that.
That was a gem. That is a diamond in the rough.
Methgator had an entertaining premise, but this one, this, if you remember when I was talking about Methgator, I said Methgator feels like a sci-fi channel movie.
What'd this feel like, Cody?
This one felt, well, now I think Methgator's more of a FX style movie. Now this is a sci-fi channel movie. So, Jeremy, what does it have in it?
Not boobies. We do have violence and gore, dinosaurs and giant bugs.
I'm gonna go out here and say this. Like, I don't think they knew what this movie was supposed to be when they were making it.
I got the same feeling.
So, before we move on and we talk more about that, Jeremy, what are your first thoughts?
I was excited to see a dinosaur rampaging movie. I did not get to see a lot of dinosaurs. That's my first thoughts.
Yeah, whenever I saw this movie and Ryan called out sick, I thought after seeing the rating on it, it's like, hey, this will be perfect for B-list boys. And it's probably gonna be like really corny too. Well, it's not so much corny. Methgator, the actors were taking it seriously, but they knew the premise was stupid overall. Rubber was an art film, but they knew the premise was stupid. This one, it's stupid. They're trying to act like it's serious.
Well, you really get that feeling with the interactions with the cast.
Do you, if you remember what we said with Methgator, like the
The cast
actors were doing like a really good job. That
with what they had.
yeah, I mean the script for that was a lot better than this. I can tell you that.
Jesus Christ, it was.
They knew the idea was stupid and they ran with it. Tried to make a semi-serious script to go with the stupid idea. But this one, it felt like they were taking it 100% serious and it just turned out stupid.
So did you get the feeling that they tried to get you emotionally invested in almost every character and it
They
just didn't work?
Yeah, it did. They did. That was well. They hold on. They tried, but it felt like paint by the numbers. Like, oh, we need to do some character development for this person.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking, where's the goddamn dinosaurs? And you know what I got to see? You know what I got to see, Cody?
Crab, spider, centaur aliens.
Yeah, giant like bug tar things, bugatars. They can apparently punch T Rexes.
I knew that scene was gonna be stupid, and it was just as stupid as I expected it to be.
Oh, 100%. And they lead it up to like it's going to be this epic showdown. It's like, oh, let's lead
They're gonna
the
rip
T
each
Rex
other
the
apart.
bugatar. And then you just see the T Rex get punched twice.
It's like a Three Stooges punch too. This is what I was talking about. I got the feeling like they originally made this movie to like showcase these like spider crab alien things, and then when they're getting ready to add the CGI in the movie, they're like, "Hey, if we put some dinosaurs in here, we can sell this as like a Jurassic Park like movie."
Folks, it is not. I repeat, you have been warned. It is not.
So really, dinosaurs just feel like they're like last minute additions.
Yeah, you definitely get that feeling. It's sad too because the premise is so simple for this movie. It really was. They could have made it a lot more fun.
Yeah, they were going for like a more of a, I'd say probably a Jurassic Park 3 feel to it, where There's like two helicopters of characters, and they get sucked into like a portal in the Bermuda Triangle and end up on an island full of dinosaurs and crab, spider, centaur aliens.
Allegedly full of dinosaurs.
They were all on the mainland.
Yeah, apparently.
But they have to try to find a way to escape, and that's the premise of the movie.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Cody, tell me you weren't laughing at the helicopter scene where they were going like through the little like this Bermuda Triangle warp hole in the air. I was laughing my ass off, and you can see them just like shaking their bodies around. The helicopter wasn't even moving.
Yeah, they
Like turbulence. Move your body around a little bit.
this is a low budget movie. I could not find any budget info anywhere either.
Me
But
either.
the helicopter
There's a reason.
the helicopter that you could tell they had like those rolling screen things they were using as like a cloud effect. That's like 5 minutes in the movie, and that's kind of when I started checking out.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
That scene is so damn long.
It was. It was
They're
exaggerated for no reason, and then they just cut to the next.
they're trying to do like a little bit of character development, but it's like I don't really care about this, and this is more annoying than it is interesting. It just goes on and on and on, and then finally they get to the damn island.
The character development took up, I felt like half this movie.
Well, they didn't have a budget to put a whole lot of CGI in.
Apparently, is the equivalent of watching a really really bad animated PS1 game. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. PS1 had better graphics. This is like N64.
And then the character development really goes nowhere. You got the drunk doctor, you got the injured pilot, you got the lady pilot, you got the couple, and you got the sex pest, and then the one chick.
Tell me, the budding romance between the alcoholic ex-doctor, and the one pilot chick wasn't the most left field horrible thing about the movie. Like, what the fuck is this? Where's this coming from? I'm so glad I met you, and he's dying.
Well, I mean, they kind of built up to it. The previous scene with them, kind of was like, oh, we're trying to go to Kiss, and then the evil mercenaries show up. I was thinking during this, is like, I wonder if this dethrones Dune 84 as the fastest romance in cinematography.
Oh, that's close. That's really damn close. At least with Dune, OG Dune, it was implied that there was a lot longer, even though most of it was cut out. It still implied that years passed.
But this, what a mess. There's like a main guy character too. He's like, oh, I've been having dreams about this place. And
that goes nowhere.
Exactly.
It comes into play one time in the cave, like when he's with his woman, and I think she asked him like how he knew where it was or something like that. It had to do with his dream. That was the end of that. That was the end of his psychic powers.
Not only that, like the characters in this are like completely stupid.
I know. What kind of evil, I don't know, an evil mercenary is just going to stand there and unload a clip that clearly is not working on a bugatar as it comes up and screams its head off and kills them all.
I was going to say, I was going to ask, what was the stupidest scene? But that was it. Like they say that they've been on the island for months. Then they go, and they're just unloading clip after clip in this thing. It's not even being damaged.
Even though they have grenades.
Kills like two of them, and then eventually, oh, I'm going to use a grenade, and uses it, and then another one shows up. It's like, you should know by now that these things can't be hurt by bullets.
Well, only for the evil mercenaries, because if you remember our
at the end,
hero, when he picks up the mercenaries' guns, now it starts doing damage to the bugatars.
Does damage, but doesn't do anything.
No.
Just some blood splatters. CGI blood splatters.
Cody, how many dinosaurs did we see?
I'm not gonna. There's like all the pterodactyls / pterodon, whatever the official name for those things are. There's maybe.
So we see those twice. The raptor ones.
No, there's probably about 8. There's like a raptor. We see T-Rex like 3 or 4 times. And by the way, if you're unaware, T-Rexes are scared of 1 foot wide, ankle deep water.
Oh my god, that scene drove me insane. I was like, it's afraid of a little stream.
I don't think that's a stream. I think that's more of a creek or
a trickle.
Babbling brook.
And did you notice they were able to outrun the T-Rex?
Yes. That's on my list of things to mention. That is a very bad thing to do, because anyone who's watched Jurassic Park knows they clocked the T-Rex in at like 18 miles per hour.
which is much faster than our heroes could run.
They trip over all the shit they can find too.
Oh god, that was driving me insane. Hey Cody, who's your most hated character?
Hold on, I really have to think about this one.
It's such a list of hateable characters.
I'm gonna go with Jax, the leader of the mercenaries, because he was just so like stupid. You put in the whole idea that, like I said, they've been on the island for months, and so they should know these things. They're bulletproof. And then he's just like going like full evil mercenary. Like, hey, we need to work together to get off this island. But nope, full evil mercenary.
Cody, I'm gonna agree with you. It's Jax because the same idiot was saying that he can't pilot the one vehicle that they have, the one helicopter they have left, but he's threatening the old man pilot the whole time.
Hold on. He's also very stupid too, because he can't tell that the two people wearing pilot uniforms are the pilots.
What did we watch?
We watched Schlock. That's what we watched.
We watched Schlop. Some of the sloppiest of the slop.
Like, I don't understand these like bug centaur alien things either, because they sometimes they go up to like the characters and scream, and the characters explode, and there's nothing left. Like, why are they even doing this? At least like the dinosaurs like kill people and eat them. And there's like one or two times where it might eat someone, but overall, it's just blowing people up and leaving the corpses behind.
Pretty much. It screams at him, and the people explode. Man, I was checked out for this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was really checked out the end when you had the injured pilot explaining like, "Oh, I took everyone here on purpose for such and such reason." I don't even know what the such and such reason was. Like, maybe his daughter was
Find his
there.
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
don't get me started on his daughter. Jesus Christ. You know where they find her? You remember where they find her, Cody?
she was like in the tin, ain't she?
In the tent, in the middle of an open field. Okay, said open field surrounded by giant predators. I'm just gonna pitch a tent out here in the open where everything can see me with no shelter.
Well, I mean, it's not because like the little spider, the smaller versions of the spider aliens can climb up trees and stuff. So maybe the open field's a better position, so you could see like all the threats coming.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd still be looking for some shelter. Obviously not a cave. Those have giant scary spiders in them that scream. Speaking of which, Cody, have you entered a cave and you heard a scream or a roar like that spider was doing? You stick around to find out?
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I would have went to the cave first, like, hey, this would be a good shelter. But as soon as it's just like, oh, it's coming from in here, that's time to get the out of there.
Oh, sorry, occupied.
And you know what? Like constantly throughout the movie, I was like, why don't these guys like grab a stick so if they need to fight, they can. It took
Oh my
exactly
goodness.
1 hour before someone grabs a stick, and it was Jax after he ran out of ammo. And this movie's an hour and 24 minutes long.
Folks, you will never get back that hour in 24 minutes.
We'll be saying that again next week at Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy, I want you to say something nice about this movie.
Oh, I was thinking about that. Watching the entire movie, I was trying to think about it. All right, give me a second. It'll come to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead air I'm cutting out, by the way, audience at home. Jeremy's really having to think about this one.
This is a tough one. Okay. I kind of like the idea of a whole Jurassic Bermuda Triangle idea, like a Lost World type of thing. That's all I got, Cody. Now you
So,
say something nice.
so a dinosaur-filled island's a good idea. Well, gee, who would have thought that was a good idea? Aside from Steven Spielberg.
Right? Hey, full disclaimer: I never said it wasn't done already
Okay, my nice thing, I'm gonna give
because it's
this.
only an hour and 24 minutes.
Imagine if this was 3 hours long.
I would have not made it. No, I'd make it for the sake of our viewers. They would have to know.
My good thing to say about this movie is I'm surprised they had the balls to end the movie the way they did.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to be honest.
Yeah, that I was so audience at home. You're about to get major spoilers for this trash heap of a movie, if you even care.
It was a dumpster fire.
Whenever I was watching this movie, like you could tell that they've got a bloated main cast, so they can start killing off characters through dinosaurs, but that barely happens. But I expected like the injured pilot's gonna be the first one to die, and surprisingly, he didn't die till like the last few minutes of the movie. But I was like, here's who's gonna survive the movie. It's gonna be the lady pilot, the main character guy, and his girlfriend. Well, we get to the very end of the movie. They're the last three standing. I was like, all right, I'm right, because the main character and his girlfriend, they're important characters, so they're not gonna die. And you gotta have a pilot to get off the island. Well, end of the movie, lady pilot faces crab centaur thing, dies. Then the two remaining characters make it to a helicopter. And I'm sitting there thinking, is like, wait, are they gonna pull like this guy knows how to fly out of his ass or something? And then T Rex just comes in, kills the guy, and then a bunch of pterodactyls come in, kill the woman. End of the movie. No happy ending.
Fair enough, because I didn't see that coming either, and I was predicting pretty much the same thing you were. Actually, no, that was my thought. It was exactly the same. I thought those three were going to make it. I was waiting for the old injured man to die a long time ago. His yelling was getting annoying.
Groaning throughout the whole movie. I need a rest.
I need a rest.
You don't keep an injured character in a movie this long.
No.
Like I said, I predicted he was going to be the first one to die because of his injury.
Which also got like severely infected and then that went nowhere.
I mean, a cut like that maybe, but I don't think infection goes that fast.
This was a wild one.
But honestly, film students should study this movie to see how not to make a movie when it comes to scripting and character development.
This is definitely not how you do it.
Anyways, Jeremy, this movie's dog shit. So let's do some boys in action.
Okay.
If you were in this movie, where would you die, Jeremy?
You know where I would have died? The helicopter ride. Because if those were my friends and I realized how terrible everybody was and I hated them, I would have jumped out myself. I said my chances of making it to the ground are very slim, but I'll take my chances jumping out.
Fair enough.
What about you, Cody?
I probably would have made it to the end and gotten killed by dinosaurs. I'm not gonna be stupid and go like 1,000 feet, just take a piss. And I know not to sit there and unload an entire gun full of invulnerable alien. Although I'm a good guy, so my bullets would work, but work is in draw blood, not actually kill the damn thing. I sure as hell don't know how to fly a helicopter. Actually, maybe I'd probably try to fly the helicopter and crash it.
Now, I was gonna say that's probably where we both would have died because we're not that stupid. You can easily outrun the dinosaurs. You know not to stand there and go fisticuffs with a bugatar. I bet we would have made it to the helicopter and then we would have died trying to pilot it out of there.
If we could even get it started. Yeah, just imagining that. Yeah, I got it off the ground, and then it just starts death spiraling to the ground. Die in a fiery
Cody gets
crash.
upside down. All right, that's where we die then.
No, you jumped out of the helicopter. You can't takesy backsies with boys in action.
Okay, I'm still happy with that one. Either or would be a glorious death. So I would have swan dived out of that bitch.
And Jeremy, I got a question for you real quick. Did you notice the same wood pile over and over and over in this movie?
One they kept tripping over?
No, the one where it was all stacked up.
Oh, yes. You could tell they had very limited sets to deal with. And they barely moved things around on those sets. You can even call them sets.
Yeah, they probably did some drone footage near or like an Oregon. Well, the movie was like a UK thing, so probably north of Hadrian's Wall. They were filming like some of the coastline stuff, and then probably filmed in the woods behind someone's house for the rest of the movie.
Sure felt like it.
All right, Jeremy, passing the topic on to you.
I ain't got shit for this one.
I've exhausted all your shit today.
My shit is exhausted. I was going to ask the usual, be like, okay, what was your favorite character? Did you have a favorite scene? But all scenes were awful and the characters were hateable. So
I was glad to see them all die.
I was starting to root for the dinosaurs and the bugatars at one time.
You know what? Let's spice things up. Jeremy, it's time for Tairimo Boys Fix It. I think that's the name of the segment.
Let's do it.
So, Jeremy, how would you fix this movie?
I would cut out 3/4 of character development first of all. If we're working with the same shit, and cut out 3/4 of the character development. Add a lot more dinosaurs in there. Maybe some like closer escape scenes leading up to the first death. Like I don't want to see them spot a T-Rex and then just be able to outrun it every goddamn time. I want to see something a little bit spicier. Like maybe the T-Rex chases them into the cave, something like that. And then that's when they realize they're dealing with giant bugs too. I would pick up the pace of the action for sure.
Fair enough. As for me, I think the big thing is I've got to decide, do I want these centaur monsters or do I want dinosaurs? And honestly, I think I'd go with the dinosaurs. I think they'd be more fun. Like Jeremy, if I was dealing with what I had, I'd get rid of most of the character development because most of it goes nowhere. Just turn all the characters into one note things. You got the drunk doctor. We don't need no damn love story. You got that sex pest guy. Just have them doing their basic thing as they get chased by more and more dinosaurs and just get picked off one by one. And kill the injured pilot right away so we
Oh, that's a must.
dragging down everyone.
He would be first to go on my list,
Yep.
followed by Sex Pest.
I mean, Sex Pest can last a little while longer, but generic lady friend of his, maybe next.
Oh, she was so annoying.
She had like no character development either.
Zero. And trying to watch her like fake cry and scream was driving me insane.
She's obviously the worst actor in the movie.
Easily.
But the concept of like using guns against dinosaurs is pretty interesting because Jurassic Park 2 will delve into it a little bit. I mean, you can lean into it a little bit more. It's like, oh, here's T-Rex, and we shoot it, shoot it. Hey, we're getting low on ammo. Oh, here comes more dinosaurs. And then you just run out of ammo, and you get picked off.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, dinosaurs, less character development, more action.
Fair enough. I agree with it all.
All right, Jeremy, final thoughts?
We watch this so you guys don't have to.
Stop stealing the Nostalgia Critics thing. Yeah, Jeremy's right. This movie's like literal dog shit.
How about this? Cody, is it the worst one you've ever seen?
We saw Iron Man 3 in theaters together, if you remember.
Yes, I do remember.
No, I've definitely seen worse movies. I keep on recommending this movie called Mongolian Deathworms, and I think it's worse than this movie. But my memory of that's kind of hazy.
In this movie's defense, I have seen far worse.
I mean, the acting's like okay. I mean, they're amateur actors, but I mean, Methgator had amateur actors, and those people did really well.
Yeah, they were spot on.
Like, just everything sucked in this movie, but it's not like really, really, really bad suck.
It's not the worst of the worst.
They were just trying to take everything too seriously, and it turned into trash. All right, Jeremy, it's time to scale this movie.
What do we got for this one?
All right. Today's scale, we're going to be scaling it from the first Jurassic Park movie to Tammy and the T-Rex. Where would you rank this movie?
I've never even heard nor seen Tammy and the T-Rex. I assume it's the lower end of the scale, obviously.
Yeah, so, it's a movie. I haven't seen it either, but it's about high school kids, and a kid gets murdered. His girlfriend's named Tammy, but the murdered kid's brain gets put into a T-Rex. If you played, like, the... what's that video game? I think it's called High on Life from the Rick and Morty creators. Apparently you can watch that entire movie in the movie theater in that game.
Are you serious? Okay, well this sounds like a fun as hell premise to me and color me interested in watching it. I'm going to rate it underneath that. It's going underneath Tammy and the T-Rex.
You know what? We might make that next B list, boys.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I think Jeremy's right on this one. Maybe Jurassic Triangle should be at the bottom of the scale. Just going out the boundaries of the scale.
It's a first time for everything.
I think we've done it before.
Yeah, we probably have. We don't always play by the rules here at the Tairimo Boys.
Oh yeah, because the scale has so many rules. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Tairimo Boys podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I don't know what kind of comment you'd leave. This movie's kind of dog shit.
How about you agree with us?
And don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes. Maybe Ghostbusters 2016. We'll see.